This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. I'm Gary Dick. For years, Indiana has lagged the nation in personal per capita income. But in 2022, a record number of economic development job commitments averaged $34.71 per hour. A record, and a number that Secretary of Commerce Brad Chambers says could have wide-ranging impact.
Economic security is fundamental to quality of life. When you're economically secure, your health is better, your education is better, your mental health is better. You're just overall financially secure. And so putting more money in Hoosier pockets, higher wages provides quality of life. The wages are the thing that are the item that we're so excited about, and I think it's more important than the investment, because the wage levels drives our GDP growth. The wage levels puts more money in Hoosier pockets.
Mishawaka-based Franciscan Alliance will be allowed to continue with its plan to close Franciscan Health Hammond. The Indiana Court of Appeals has granted an emergency motion for a stay of a preliminary injunction that would have required the health system to keep the hospital's emergency department open for another 9 months. The Indiana Department of Education has released the state's 2022 graduation rates. The data shows 86.61% of students in the class of 22 graduated. That's less than 0.1% lower than the previous year. Indiana's graduation rate remains higher than the federal graduation rate, which also fell slightly. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Don't miss your chance to nominate a worthy business or community leader for IBJ's 40 Under 40 Awards. It's one of our most prestigious awards programs celebrating the accomplishments of leaders under the age of 40. We're on the lookout for people who have achieved a level of success that is rare at a young age. Who will be named to this year's class? We need your input. Learn more and submit your nomination by January 13th at ibj.com/nominations.
Big news for Plymouth-based Simba Chain. The blockchain technology company has landed more than a dozen contracts to help federal agencies implement blockchain technology. The 20-year deal means Simba Chain is now a preferred vendor for the federal government. Arabsco in Columbia City is one of 2 companies to receive contract extensions from the U.S. Department of Defense. Here's Inside Indiana business reporter Alex Brown.
The contract extensions, worth up to $222 million, call for the production and delivery of up to 36,000 sonobuoys for the U.S. Navy. Virginia-based Lockheed Martin Corporation also received a contract boost, and the DoD says the companies will have an opportunity to compete for individual orders. Arabsco is a joint venture between Columbia City-based Ultra Maritime, a subsidiary of Ultra Electronics Holdings, formerly known as USSI, and Illinois-based Spartan Corporation. A sonobuoy is a device used to detect and identify objects moving in the water, particularly submarines. The device uses active detection by bouncing a sonar ping off the surface of the sub, or passive detection by listening for the sounds of propellers and machinery. Arabsco's work will be performed in De Leon Springs, Florida, and Columbia City. Meanwhile, the majority of Lockheed Martin's work will be performed in Virginia, with about 10% performed in Clearwater, Florida. Work on the sonobuoys is expected to be complete in September 2025. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana will receive a $20 million settlement following a lawsuit against Google involving deceptive location tracking practices. Attorney General Todd Rokita filed an independent lawsuit against Google when negotiations between the company and a coalition of state attorneys general stalled. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.